Our candidates' journeys continues here at Miss World Philippines 2019. And the toughest round in this competition is happening right now.
The question and answer portion in any beauty pageant gives an opportunity for our candidates to express themselves and make their voices be heard. For our question and answer, the girls will just have to pick a card that contains the name of the judge who will have a question ready for you. You will be given 30 seconds to answer, and your time is up once you hear this sound.
Let's start the Q&A with our first finalist.
We'll begin with candidate number 4. Hi, candidate number 4. You may do the honors and select your judge.
Dr. Amal Res.
Hi, how are you?
I am good, thank you.
Yeah, you great job, in your cancer charity. Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you.
My question is, from your opinion, what is the most sadness environmental problem happened this year and why?
I think the most saddest environmental problem that happened this year, which was the Amazon. Everyone knows that the Amazon happened, and I feel like the awareness is already there, but there should be more than just awareness. There should be action. I believe that as a community, we should be united together, and if we work together as one, we will be able to cooperate and make a change in our environment. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, candidate number 4. Next up, we have candidate number 40. Candidate number 40, you may pick your judge.
Honorable Nikki Cosepeng.
Good evening.
Good evening.
If the President were to appoint you to a position in the cabinet, which position would you choose and why?
If the President were to appoint me in a position in the cabinet, I would choose a position that would involve the promotion of Philippine culture. I think it is very important to promote our culture, especially with diplomatic relations. And since the Philippines is actually expanding its diplomatic relations, its economic relations, and modernizing, I think that putting culture at the center of these diplomatic relations is a very important thing. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, candidate number 40.
May we now call on candidate number 9.
Candidate number 9, pick your judge.
Mayor Francis Zamora.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening.
If you were given the chance to be mayor of your city, what would be the top program that you will be implementing for women?
If I were to be given that chance, I would promote and I would be doing that for education. And I think you mentioned for women, but as my personal advocacy, I think that we should always start with the children, and that also involves the women. I think that if we can do that for the children, then we can save the future and we can have a better workplace, more opportunities for women as well. Thank you.
Well, Miss World is all about women empowerment, so we love that. Moving forward, we will have candidate number 14. Candidate number 14, you know what to do.
My judge would be Mayor Isko Moreno.
What are you willing to give up for love?
What would I give up for love? I would probably give up my career
because I would be very much willing to take care of my future husband and my future family and help form a loving home for me and my family. Thank you.
All right, love definitely makes the world go round.
We'd like to call on candidate number 30. Please pick your judge.
Ms. Christine Lim, there have been debates on the legislation of divorce in the Philippines. Would you advise divorce to a couple who is having a troubled relationship?
Well, that is a very hard question, but I must say, if the two couples agree to have a better life for their children, we should respect and understand that two couple. Because no matter how hard it is, we should have a proper communication, and in communication, we have to resolve conflict. I think that is the most important thing that couples should know. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, candidate number 30.
Thank you.
Up next, we will have candidate number 1.
Good evening, candidate number 1.
All right, and which judge have you picked?
Mr. Bryce Ramos.
My question is, if the eyes are the window to your soul, what would we see if we looked into your eyes?
What they would see in my eyes is love, eyes that sees the good in other people, and aside from my eyes, lips that seeks to speak words of kindness, and ears that listens to the needs of other people, and hands that nurtures and build other people's dreams. I believe that's a kind of beauty that shines from within, and nothing can dim the light that shines from within. And I thank you.
Congratulations, candidate number 1.
Thank you very much. May we now call on candidate number 6.
Candidate number 6, you may do the honors of selecting your judge.
Mr. Raymond Bagasing.
If you were to write the story of your life, what would you call it and why?
I couldn't really give a specific title on the story of my life because I've experienced so many different things. I've experienced many hardships. I've experienced so much love. And with all those experiences, it's turned into so many different values. And I couldn't really tell you and pinpoint anything, and I'm so sorry for that. But I just want to let you know that
It's all right. Congratulations, candidate.
Thank you.
Up next, we'll have candidate 23. Candidate number 23, just like the rest, you may pick your judge.
Honorable John Omar Ebdane.
Good evening, Vanessa.
Good evening.
Okay, my question is, what very important life lesson did you learn the hard way?
I think the hardest lesson I've learned in my life is being true to myself and learning to be less authentic than I ever thought that I should and I would ever be. I think that the more valuable and sensitive that I have come into being in this society has been the hardest lesson I have learned in today's generation. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, candidate.
Thank you very much. We now call on candidate number 37.
And candidate number 37, which judge did you pick?
Mr. Shan Wong.
Hi, KC.
Hi, Mr. Shan.
Well, today's social media is affecting the lives of many
Do you think social media is a good thing or a bad thing?
I believe that social media is still a positive thing. I would like to look at it in a more positive way because we are able to reach out our message to a wider audience. We are able to connect and really send the voice and the message out there. But sometimes we do, I admit, abuse social media. There are cyberbullying and bashing, but at the end of the day, we should always be conscious of what we do post. Therefore, thank you.
And speaking of posting, don't forget our hashtag. That's hashtag MWP2019. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're down to our 3 final candidates. We will begin with candidate number 26.
Good evening, candidate number 26. Please choose your judge.
Miss Sunshine Cruz. Good evening, Michelle. And this is my question. Millennials have been strongly labeled as an entitled generation. How can you debunk this stereotype?
I think that millennials are not lazy. I think that it's just when there are different generations, people, they learn things differently and they go through life differently, and the circumstances that we're given aren't the same as the people before us. So I think we need to come from learn how to be more compassionate when talking about other people and talking about millennials. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate number 26.
Thank you very much. May we now call on candidate number 24.
All right, candidate number 24, you may pick your question.
Miss Maritel Nievera.
Hi.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Okay. Filipino food is among the best in the world. Which Filipino dishes would you showcase in a dinner? From appetizer, soup, main course to dessert.
Appetizer would definitely be tokwat baboy. That's my favorite. And it's healthy too. Oh, sorry, we have 30 seconds. Next one would be starter, and I would do like a sizzling sinigang. The next one would then be main course, and it would be adobo and rice. And the last one would be dessert, which would be the caramel. It's my favorite one, but it's the caramel thing. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate 24. I think you mean leche flan?
Sa bakon hielo.
All right, and last but not least, we have candidate number 21.
Good evening. Please choose your judge.
I have Dr. Jeffrey Lim.
In this age of digital technology, what invention from the last century do you think should make a comeback?
If I were to choose one invention from the last century, it would probably be Polaroid film. I am an avid lover of art. I love photography. And I love the kind of energy and feels that Polaroids give me. Just being able to lay everything out and to go through or go down memory lane is such a different feeling. I love the fact that Polaroids... Thank you.
Well, hopefully we'll take a lot of Polaroid photos during this pageant. All right, Philippines, you have heard from your top 12 in just a few moments, so we will be crowning a new set of Miss World Philippines queens. Our judges will now be deciding who deserves to wear that crown.
Mga kapuso, I'm River Cruz, your Clash Master for this season. Please subscribe to GMA Network's official channel.